Hi, my name is Paul Asbell, and I am now playing Jim Triggs' Chinnery Blue Archtop. And unlike a number of the other archtops I've been talking about, this one is really designed as an homage, at least I have to assume so, to John D'Angelico and his New Yorker model. It is in fact called a New Yorker. It actually has what I think is a dead-on replication of the familiar, headstock inlay, excuse me, of the New Yorker. And it has at least as much bling on it as any of the other guitars in the collection. It certainly has an ornate metal tailpiece, which is, again, an homage, of course, to D'Angelico, and has some very, very nice little pearl inlays on the feet of the bridge. Quite a bit of pearl on the pickguard. I think that's fairly safe to say. Quite a bit of inlayage in the fretboard. And interestingly enough, too, it is probably the truest blue of all of the guitars, and I think that refers probably to the way it was made, but also certain things that he may have done to make it so that the blue did not fade over time or kind of morph into another color with sunlight or whatever. If they're, at least at certain places, it is utterly kind of retained, I imagine, as much blue as it ever had. On the other hand, there's sort of interesting sort of not fading, that's not the right word, but it is intentionally sort of bursted in a way on the sides, so you can see very little blue pigmentation here and then quite a bit there. And the back, kind of the same. It's basically the idea of a burst with real vivid color on the outside and then much less on the inside. So what else we got? We have very ornate, very, I would say, D'Angelico inspired tuners and Grovers. And let's see, there's a lot of pearl, isn't there? The logo, there's sort of an interesting story behind the logo on top, which is, of course, it says Triggs, but it was actually designed by Jimmy D'Acquisto. They were apparently friends, and so as a result of that, apparently Jimmy, as a seemingly sort of spontaneous gift to Jim Triggs, said, hey, I designed a little inlay, signature for you, and that apparently is what Jim Triggs uses on most, if not all, of his guitars. Certainly, there it is right there. So D'Acquisto inspired, and it's Triggs's signature. So let's see. I think, oh, there's kind of crazy over-the-top binding and inlay on the on the F-holes, which is again a classic archtop D'Angelico type idea. And the guitar is actually, to my way of thinking, closer to being an archtop in some ways, I'm sorry, a flat top, than it has a very robust kind of sound, which to my way of thinking sounds much better with a pick than it does with fingers. That's just my thought, but it's not entirely surprising given that what Triggs's basis is his kind of frame of reference, and I think his study was with Gibson, and he certainly makes guitars of all sorts, often homages to certain styles. I read this as being something of the kind of flat top, almost Nashville kind of sound, even though it is, a classic New York inspired visual archtop. And